going to make the greatest nachos that you've ever had in your life. They're super easy to make, and they are beyond point, beyond the world.
So what are we making here today?
We have carnitas, which you can get at Walmart. They're like $2.88 a pound. What's great about them, you can make fajitas with them, then the leftover meat, you can come make tacos. You can put it on tacos, you can put it on chalupas. There's a product in Mexico called, my Spanish is not good, macachana, which is a dried beef, but it's about $4 a pound, where this is $2.88 a pound. So that's where we're starting.
Wow, that's wonderful. So how many pounds of carnitas do you have in the pan right now?
It's a pan, it's a pack. It runs about $8 to make this. A family of 4, you can feed 2 to 3 meals off this.
All right, we'll check back in when it's further along in the process. Now what we do have as far as ingredients, we made up some refried beans, which you'll see in a later posting. We also made some homemade salsa there in the red container with the red top, and then has grated some cheddar cheese, a bit of Roma tomato, some green onions, and jalapenos.
Now to finish making these things, you can use regular tortilla chips or other homemade, but you can make them for half the cost. You come back in, what I'm doing, I'm basically just sauteing these up a little bit. They're going to be twice fried, and the reason for that is you come back in, it just gives it a little bit better crisper taste, and they're just as good. So this is going to go to the bottom of our nacho. We've kind of fried the chips right here. They're half fried. When we get ready to eat them again, we're going to fry them again to crisp them up. This has been on the stove for about 8 minutes. It's just the carnitas. I add a little salt and pepper. Now we're going to add a little bit of ingredients that are already pre-chopped, ready to do it. This will take approximately about 10 minutes to cook. What it's going to do is going to add the flavor to the meat. Then we get this done. We got the homemade beans that we're going to put in there. We're going to twice fry those. Then we're going to come back and put the beans. We're going to put the meat on top, and then we're going to come back in and put the cheese on top. Another 3 minutes in microwave or oven or however you want to do it, and you've got the best nachos you ever want to eat when we add my homemade hot sauce. We've let the meat cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. It's kind of a grainy type meat. It doesn't need to be simmered. That's what makes it so good. To go in eggs, come back on top of the top of our nachos. Now we're going to come back in and start putting these back in and twice fry them to crisp them up. You can leave the tortillas up to 30 minutes to an hour. Just throw them back in just for a second. You see how they crisp up real quick there? And they will be nice and crispy. Versus the other ones over there, it just takes 2 seconds. Now I did overcook those just a tad, but all we're doing is just crisping them back up, and they will be perfect. We've got the beans already on top of the double fried tortillas. Now we have the meat over here, which was about 2.5 pounds. And you can be generous or skimpy or whatever you want. We're just going to put a little bit of it over the top here. And this is going to go in the oven in just a few minutes, and that's about all we need. So guess what? You got enough to make tacos, egg tacos, and that type of stuff. So right now we don't have a lot of money to do it. Now we're going to come over here to the cheese. Over here, I do have cheese already shredded. And I buy it in a block, and I come back in, and I buy it in a block and shred it, because you're going to pay half the price. You can use any type of cheese you like. Right now we're using just a cheddar that I get at Sam's. That's probably about a 1/3 pound cheese. We're going to put a little bit of jalapenos on them. Now, I have some onions and chopped up chives and tomatoes that are going to go on in just a little bit, but that's after we come back in. I like to pour just a little bit of hot sauce on it. This is going to go in the oven until the cheese makes, and then we'll come back and put the chives and tomatoes. Basically, we've had this in the oven for about a minute and a half. You can see the cheese melt, the jalapenos there. A lot of people eat it like this, but this will add just a little extra kick. These are chopped chives. Just sprinkle them over the top. A little chopped tomato, which is a romaine, and if you want, you can use the rest of your little cheese, and that's what I call super nachos. Back in taste.
Can't wait to eat. Look at that. That's going to be fantastic. All right, y'all, that's carnitas combined with some really good beans and some really good salsa to make yourself a little nacho treat. Nice and nutritious, cheap.